Hello, good morning everyone. So today I would like to start Deloitte interview my experience. So total I have around 7 years of experience and in Angular and JavaScript and React.js, right? And I know GenAI, all the latest technology. I have experience in Azure, AWS as well. So I would like to share my do like interview experience. So I show you all the question come directly into interview with the detailed explanation and as well as what was the tips and tricks how you follow that tips and trip so you can easily tackle any like front-end interview. So let's start with that. So I share my screen. So basically I show you. So okay, let's show you how it's come, right? So you can see in my content that so Deloitte USI your front-end job role, right? So that is basically 5 year of 5 year like 7 year of experience. So that interview held for the lead role, right? So it took me for technical round around 2 hours and 1 hour managerial round after the HR round. Right? There is three round is there. So I show you all of that. So let's jump into the question. So you can see total 25 questions they ask, right? JavaScript and Angular section they around like 10 to Angular section only like 5 to 6 question is there. So that is basically the your project. What was the, your project work? Right? That is related how you tackle this problem. This kind of question they ask. Yes, and in the end of the interview, I show you the what was the Angular question as well. So let's start with that. So let's share my screen. Okay, let's share my screen for you and let's go to the question. Yeah. So let's copy paste that question into the compiler as well. So uh, so this is the question, right? So you need to guess what was the output of that, right? The console F4 prototype, right? So the what was the behind the logic of that? When you create right four with new four, right? Four with new four, right? So which an own property get value, which is arrow function, right? That is you can see that is arrow function actually, right? So arrow function capture this you can see uh, right? So this dot this is arrow function, right? So you when you create new function, so this these from the surrounding context, right? The constructor like for dot get prototype, right? So this is called constructor. So for dot get value, right? Return for, right? So that will return for, right? And for the prototype value is the regular function, right? That is the regular function you can see, right? So this is inside the object call, but note that the comparing between the for dot get value and for prototype get value all at all, right? Just comparing the reference, right? Reference. So so it will, right, it will return for first function, right? That will return for, right? For the prototype is the return this, right? But how we calling the standalone function? So so there, if you comparison non-stick mode, right? Comparison between the two for the global object which are not same, right? This for the prototype this, right? If you're comparing with not stick mode, right? So it will not the same. So however it will return the false value, right? So this is the logic, right? Let's check with after running that code, right? False. Let's jump into, you understood, right? If you have any confusion, right, let me know or put the comment in the chat, right? Guys, I want involvement uh, for that, right? So you can also open your compiler and code with like, and if you have any line of doubt anything, right, you can ask directly in the comment section. I am happy to help you. And if you like, if you do like uh, with me, right, so you can learn a lot, right? You can compare and you can guess the value. Don't go directly for the output answer, right? You think about that, you can pause the video and think the output, right? You can tell the output in the chat also, right? And anything if you want to share, right, you can ask indirectly in that. So let's go to the second question. So this is the second question, right? So you can see that is the generator function, right? If you star but generator function, this is also they ask what was the function name, right? So you can easily explain that that is a generator function with return, right? So and here what was happened? So we have generator function, right? We three value, right, they have, and here const gen we assign that, right? Console.log dot this, right? So you can see what was the output for that. So you can see there is the spread operator. Spread operator only consume the yield value until the generation is done, right? Yield value they will consider spread out until the generator is done, right? While calling that. So and ignore the return value, right? That is the benefit of the generator function. So it will consider the yield value until the generator is done, right? It will not considering the return of the value. So it will, the output would be 1 and 2. So that will not consider that value, return value. right? So so the generator, so let's run with that. You can see the output, right? So that is a concept. You need to understand what was the generator uh, function, right? How they behave, right? It will not consider the return value. So you can they ask also in that way, right? Where generator like function we can use, right? So where you don't return anything, right? Like you don't consider any return thing, right? So where you can use the generator function. Let's jump into the next question. Right. So you need to guess the output, right? So uh, you need to understand what was the highest precedent while running the, because JavaScript run line by line, right? Execute line by line. So you need to know what was the precedent, right? So asynchronously code will run. First, the code written, right? Always written console, right? First, that is the highest precedent, right? So first they print a 1 and 6, they are logged. Then micro stock task, right? Promises callback. Execute before the micro set timeout, right? So after that, then the Microsoft promises, right? So first log, right? So I tell you what was the sequence of that. So highest precedent is, right, 1 6, right? Then micro task that will return 3, right? So that is the highest precedent after that, right? 3 and after that 5, right? And after that set timeout will run 2 and 4. And inside, because that is set timeout inside them, so that is the lowest precedent. Let's run and check. Right, 1 6 3 5 2 no, 2 and 4, right? Let's jump into the next question. So that is the question, like very good question, right? Very static. So you can see we have const object, empty object, right? Where the here object has some definition, properties, key, object value pair, right? Where we have some value, right? So you need to print object dot key, right? What is the value of that, right? So here you can see the property keys define the non-writable and non-configurable, right? And attempt assign to object dot key into the dynamic, right? So attempting to assign a new value, right, is non-stick fail to silently, then value remain static, right? Attempting delete property object also fails line because the non-configurable, right? So therefore object still has a static value, right? That will not change, state static value. So output would be static, right? So attempting assigning object dot key dynamic is non-stick mode fails because it's silently, right, remain static value, because that is the property key is defined as non-writable and non-configurable. So let's check the output. You can see statics, right? You understand, right? If you have any doubt, so you can put your comment in. Hmm. So let's jump into the next question. That is fifth question. So you need to guess the output, right? So you can see we have two asynchronous function, right? So synchronous mode, it will run synchronously, right? So console dot d, right? So what was the output of that? You can see highest precedent always the console, right? So d comes first, right? And after that console inside the synchronous one call, right? So a will print and await is function 2, so c will print after that. So uh, I tell you the sequence. First d, and after that that function will run, right? So a and c, second.